love this one.
Stud sensor.
Stud sensor? I wonder if it works.
I wonder if it works. Because you're handsome?
I'm gonna say, the people getting offended by this act like Goth is a race. I know, but you're so right. This is Denims' exact sense of humor. Yes, yes. You guys see this video? If you didn't, you're welcome. POV, you take a goth girl to Home Depot.
Why are you looking at these fig bushes when I got the real deal right here? I'm just trying to nut and bolt. Easy, seed. Why did I buy that when I get it for free right here?
What?
Oh, your seed. Stud sensor. Wonder if it works. Because you're handsome? I find you handsome. You know, 69? Why are you looking at these fig bushes?
I love this one.
Stud sensor.
Stud sensor? I wonder if it works.
I wonder if it works. Because you're handsome? I find you handsome. You know, 69? Why are you
Oh my god. Let me say a couple things. The people getting offended by this act like Goth is a race. I know, but you're so right. This is Denims' exact sense of humor. Yes, yes. Yes, yes it is. Oh my god. Isn't it crazy that this has like 13 million views and it's just because so many people are mad and they're like, this isn't a real goth. This isn't real. She's not a real goth. It's like, okay. What? I don't understand. Like, what? She's AI question mark? No, she's definitely a real person. She's definitely a real person who exists in the real world. I don't. Women must be AI. Everyone knows real goths sing by themselves on park benches. Yeah. I used to watch her Twitch streams all the time. She's so fucking funny. This Denims AI? I actually am. Very few people know this, but I'm actually a figment of your imagination. You've been in a coma, chat, for 15 years. Anyways, Neffy, come back. I love this video of hers. This video of hers makes me so happy. I love seeing all of her content. It makes me so happy. Let me show you guys. Where do these freaks come from?
What?
You probably think that I'm like Amy because I'm a girl and have all the parts and stuff, but you would be wrong. I am like Shadow because of my dark and twisted mind.
Ew, you kind of stink.
That would be because you are smelling my alpha pheromones. You're probably really highly attracted to me right now. Probably.
Okay, you're really weird. I'm just gonna go.
Wait. I was just wanting to get your number. I think you're cute. I'd like to go on a date.
No. What?
Let me say a couple things. First and foremost, why does she stand like that? First and foremost, she's so emotive with her face. Like, she's literally so emotive. I love her. Like, she's so, like, when she does, like, it's so, how could you not love her? Like, I don't understand. She's so goofy with it. Doesn't she say far-right statements, or am I confusing her with someone else? No, this is not the Trump goth girl. This is not the Trump goth girl, no. She just does fun skits like this. She did a Drake collab, though? No, this is not the same person. Hello? Guys, not all goth girls are exactly the same. These are different people. This is Queen Neffy, okay? What the hell? Huh? All right, I'm going to say something. I'm going to say something very bold, all right? I understand the people that are like, well, there are, not exceptions, but there are, not modifier. I'm sorry, I'm trying to think of the word. There are qualifiers, I think, for participating in certain subcultures. I think you have to be at least some type of like counterculture in some way if you are participating in like the goth subculture. But I also think that like there are a lot of people who seem to think that like goth subculture means that you can only be dark and brooding and never be in any shape, way, or form sexual ever. But we live in a Puritan culture. Like Gen Z is going further right-wing on Puritan values and on like sex negativity. It is in fact counterculture to not give a fuck and be like, yeah, okay, what if I sexualize myself? Then what? What, are you gonna piss yourself? You're gonna get really mad about it? Okay. grow up. And this is like, if you look into it, there are like, this is going to be shocking, but there are a lot of subcultures within subcultures. Here's this. Goth is just very much about not giving a fuck. She's more of 2014 Tumblr, 2020 TikTok e-girl. This is not what 2020 TikTok e-girl looked like. What? How is this counterculture when it's just about monetizing the sexuality? Why do you presuppose that this wasn't how she looked or how she acted or how she dressed historically? Like, if I got a bunch of anime figurines and I got a bunch of anime tattoos and people were like, but you don't even watch, you're just sexualizing yourself for weebs. It's like, why are you presupposing that I never have watched any anime or that I've never been a weeb in my life? And it like fails to recognize also that like historically there have been many goth women that have been sexually alluring. It's not the only type of goth archetype that exists, but the idea that like this has never existed is like, it's just wrong. Elvira, yeah, it's just like, huh? It's just one particular subculture within the subculture. It's kind of reverse sexism to say she's only doing this to profit off her body and not just because she enjoys comedy. Yeah, I just don't. There are so many avenues to sexual. Why would they choose goth to do so if that were their plan? Huh? First of all, what? Second of all, if you were like, okay, I will admit, at the worst stages of my life, okay, I was clocking in 12-hour. Oh, okay, you're saying, sorry, they seem genuine. Totally agree with you. There are so many, okay, you were saying there are so many other ways to sexualize yourself. Why would you specifically choose this particular avenue over all of the different avenues to do so? Completely agree with you. But I was going to say, like, at the worst points in my life when I was horribly addicted to MMOs, I was clocking in 12-hour sessions, and it was not good. It was not good. It was bad, even. If I recorded a video where, like, I licked a controller and then a bunch of people were like, fake gamer girl, that's not even how you use a controller, you fucking idiot, you bimbo. It's like, why are you presupposing and assuming that I wouldn't, and I'm instead satirizing something because I thought it would be funny? Did you have a job? Well, considering that I was in high school, no, I did not. I did get a job in high school at the very end of high school, but it was like part-time and just on weekends. It's just nonsense. It's like, no, because you sexualize yourself, it means you can't be actually a real goth and you've never been invested in the subculture ever. It's like, what? It's the same with discourse in certain queer communities blaming fetishization on sex workers, ignoring the fact that men would sexualize trans people anyways. Well, yeah, and it a lot of it feels so bizarre to say, like, I don't know how people don't recognize, it feels bizarre that if women profit off of being sexualized forever in any way, it must be their fault that people are sexualizing them. It's like, there have always been people that have been sexually attracted to goth girls. Like, hello? That's always been a thing. As an elder goth, I hope she gets her bag, right? No one is saying that. That's not the argument. This is a fucking e-girl who makes fetish content. So what if she had been goth since she was 14 and she's dressed and sounded and acted this way since she was 14 and now she records it for content on the internet? Is she still, she was a fake goth girl in high school and a fake goth girl in her early 20s and she's still a fake goth girl now? She's always been a fake goth girl the whole time. Like, what about that world? I just want to understand that for a moment. Why don't the sex workers get real jobs? Bold coming from someone who's unemployed. Are you going to respond? I don't understand. Aw, just say you're hurt. Oh, so you admit then you don't have a job. So you admit that then? That's okay. Notice how he continued to argue about sex workers, but did not disagree that he was unemployed. Sorry, what? What if she were really goth, but she's cosplaying? Okay, so again, like I just said, what if she has acted and dressed this way since she was a teenager? You're telling me it doesn't matter? Even when she was doing this off camera, it was also fake goth. I mean, also, if you look at like, one second. If you look at old pics, she definitely did more alt fashion and dark makeup. It feels like she's just doing cringe for the bit. Well, yeah, I mean, everyone is like cringing it up for the bit when it comes to content. Yeah, so she was a fake goth when she was dressed in all black and doing goth style makeup when she was a teenager. If she's wearing goofy fits and that's the end of it, then yes. Okay. I don't understand. I don't understand these people. I don't get it. And I mean it genuinely. Like, it really is just because she's a sex worker. If she didn't have an OnlyFans, half the people pretending to care about goth subculture would shut up. I just don't understand it. I just don't understand it. I feel like if everyone around you calls you goth or emo or whatever, and you got bullied for it, and now you do it on the internet and you play it up a little bit for memes and you make money off of it and people are upset, it's just so bizarre to me. I just don't get it. I don't understand. And the problem is men gotta harass women in person, and I guess the goths see her as the problem and rooting her out would stop it. Well, yeah, but this is the same thing as people that complained about like women in hot tubs on Twitch and being like, you're increasing the harassment that all women get on Twitch. It's like, what? If you're not in a hot tub and you just do gaming content and you wear like a sweater all day, every day, and that's the only content you do, and you still get harassed as a woman on Twitch, it's not because other women are in a hot tub. That's just because men are being sexist to you. That has nothing to do with the other people. Hello? Like, it's just so bizarre. Neffy was a fun streamer. Not a big fan of current content. Really? I feel like I love her current content. You can get harassed for being a woman in a voice chat. It hardly matters what you look like. Yeah. Yeah. Men lie to make money off of crypto. Nobody blinks. Woman lies about her fashion for money. Everyone loses their mind. I mean, I also don't understand why it has to be like a lie. Like, I just don't. Why do you have such good taste? It's hard. It's hard being me. I feel like we have to genuinely engage with all parts of this critique. She looks like she fits the part, but nothing in her whole history of content seems to line up with the deeper fundamentals of the subculture. Like, if a conservative threw on a bunch of studs and a mohawk, we can tell he's not about that life. She has stripped the subculture of anything behind the surface. That's why it's fake. If you wanted to make goth content, you'd be goth and present goth. This is a poser issue. Okay, so like I just said, like, I feel like you have a perspective about what goth has to be. This is why I brought up the gamer thing earlier, where I was like, people do the same thing with gaming and it's really fucking cringe, where it's like, well, you're not a real gamer because all you do is play mobile games. It's like, who the fuck are you to decide the exact narrow definition of this subculture? A subculture is not exactly and everything what you want it to be. Like, I don't know what part of this is like, this in my eyes, goth culture, a lot of it is about being subversive, and a lot of it is about being counterculture. If you took this person and you put them in like the average room or whatever, if you think that they wouldn't be counterculture, you're mistaken. Like, this is not conforming to the culture. Conforming to the culture would be like trad wifing. All her content is aesthetic. She doesn't talk about the culture, which is why it's mostly a music subculture. Okay, so if I never talked about video games, I'm not a real gamer. Like, if I wore like, what's a major franchise of video game that I've played? Like, if I wore like a Dragon Age shirt and I wore it to like a convention center, but I didn't talk to anyone at the convention about Dragon Age and I streamed it or whatever, wouldn't it be kind of cringe to be like, well, yeah, but you're not like a real gamer because you're like not even talking about the subculture. It's like, you don't have to talk about the subculture to participate in the subculture. Name 3 Cure songs or you're not goth. Trick question. The band's name is The Cure. What are your thoughts on bronies? Why would you ask me that question? I like Neffy, but I think your argument is bad. Okay, well, can you elaborate? When someone says gamer, what do you think most people picture? Like what a normie would picture? So a subculture is only the stereotype? Gamer guy who hates video games but doesn't play any of them. I guess in some ways, yeah, the label is being used as a stereotype. Well, isn't that like cringe? It's actually funny because when you look at the goth subculture Wikipedia, there's an entire section about how different people talk about how different goths are not real goths. Last year's through social media. Sorry, this is under mall goth. While goth is a music-based scene, the goth subculture is also characterized by popular aesthetics, outlooks, and ways of seeing and being seen. The last years through social media, goths are able to meet people with similar interests, learn from each other, finally take part in the scene. These activities on social media are the manifestation of the same practices which are taking place in goth clubs. This is not a new phenomenon since before the rise of social media. Online forums had the same function for goths. Observers have raised the issue of to what degree individuals are truly members of the goth subculture. On one end of the spectrum is uber goth, a person who is described as seeking a powder so much that they apply as much white foundation and white powder as possible. On the other end of the spectrum exists what another writer terms posers, goth wannabes, usually young kids going through a goth phase who do not hold goth sensibilities but want to be part of the goth crowd. It's been said that a mall goth is a teen who dresses in a goth style and spends time in malls with a Hot Topic store, but who does not know much about goth subculture or its music, thus making them a poser. In one case, even a well-known performer has been labeled with the pejorative term. A number of goths, especially those who belong to this subculture before the late 1980s, reject Marilyn Manson as a poser who undermines the true meaning of goth. I'm going to be very honest with you. I think this is one of those things where it's like language is descriptive, not prescriptive. And to be quite honest with you, if you looked and acted this way in front of other people, this would be called goth. If you brought someone like this to a Thanksgiving dinner with your family, it'd be like, so who's the goth chick? I'm also going to say something else that might be, this is kind of like a hard to swallow pill. I can only dream, right? There's also this big issue where black and brown girls are attacked for being poser and they can never explain why they're posers. Oh yeah, okay, I've also seen this where brown and black girls who don't want to wear literally white foundation on their face because it's not flattering to put white foundation on a face that has a significantly different skin tone are called fake goth because you're not even committing. And it's like, you can put on very pale foundation when your skin is already pretty pale. Like you can get really close to white if you're already pretty pale. If I tried to put on, and I'm pretty light skinned. If I tried to put on white foundation, it would look really bad on me. Like it would look ugly on me. It would not look good because it's not anywhere near my natural skin tone. I would look like a caked up ghost and not in like a nice way. It would look really bad. A white face. Not to mention how many layers you would have to put on to get like an even coat. I don't know which word I'm trying to describe here. This Mr. Mime poser. You would also have to do all of your exposed areas as well. More layers than Queen Victoria. Yeah. I agree with you. I will say when people say they want a big titted goth GF, I don't think they're talking about the music choices or even the personality. And like the reality is like, this is why we have descriptors within language. And it's because try as hard as you might, you are fighting the inevitable to attempt to pretend that you can gatekeep people out of a community. Like, try as hard as the Gamergate people did, you cannot keep the people you don't consider a gamer outside of the gamer community. And that's why we have words like competitive. Like, I am a competitive gamer. And that's why we have like casual gamer. Oh, you like gaming, you will clock in hours into gaming, but you're never going to play like a game, like a ranked game. You're doing casual gaming. Okay, cool. Competitive versus casual goth. And what's really funny too is like, even towards this character, Elvira, it's like, well, that's like a character. Okay, just a couple things for a brief moment. If she's a poser, isn't she putting on a caricature? Isn't she playing a character? If you think that she's a poser, then isn't she doing the exact same thing that this character is doing? And second, within the universe, is the character not meant to be goth? It doesn't matter whether or not this is a character or like an actor playing a character. That character is goth, unless you don't think the character is goth. Dude, Elvira is openly embraced in both goth and horror communities. What? Well, yeah, that's my point. I'm saying, like, this is a character that I think, like, the goth community accepts, right? And then because it's presented differently, or because it's being presented by a streamer or whatever, it's like, oh, well, this is a fake goth. This is a fake goth. It's like, what? Foundational, like Morticia Adams? Well, again, like I said, I just feel like there's this... No, Elvira rode around in a hearse and lived in a rundown black mansion and terrorized teens. She was goth beyond how she looked. She lived it. But it's a fictional character. Remove how she looked and she was still goth. Remove this girl's looks and she ain't goth. I thought it was pronounced Elvira. Can't make me say that, chat. So just like as a quick question, do you know this woman personally? Do you live in her walls? You know what music she listens to? You know how much of her furniture is black? You don't know anything about this woman. You're just assuming everything and assuming that you're right about everything. Do you know whether or not this woman lives in a black mansion? So this is the problem that I have with the people that get mad about these videos. It's like, no, it has to be that she's pretending to be this thing. And in her personal life, when the camera is off, she acts like a normal person, like a normal non-goth person. It's like, damn, I didn't know you personally lived in her floorboards. I didn't know you lived in her walls and knew everything about her. You don't understand. She has to be dead to be goth. Oh, sorry, you're right. Also, goths, I think a lot of them want to point at someone to blame for the sexualization and the harassment going on. Can't blame a few people for men being disgusting, though. I understand the frustration. It's directed at the wrong person. Well, again, it'd be the equivalent of like me getting mad that women were like licking controllers in 2016 and being like, you're the reason why I'm being harassed when I play Overwatch. It's like, no, when I cue on voice, I'm getting harassed because other people are sexist. I'm not getting harassed because a woman is licking a controller. What? One woman acting a certain way doesn't magically make people... This is like the meme about like, oh, you just turned me into a Nazi. You guys made society so left-wing, I had to turn into a Nazi. Can you imagine being like, well, I just have to hate all I have to hate all women in video games because one woman licked a controller. It's like, no, you either are sexist or you're not. One random video on the internet is not going to make you so sexist that you're going to harass every woman you run into in video games. Hello? I saw a sexy girl once and now I'm a misogynist. It's like, what? No. So anyways, yeah. I like talking about this topic, chat. Denims or Chad, did y'all see the bi men discourse on TikTok? I'm scared. What about Edgar Allan Poe? I don't know. What about him? Is he goth? Or is he a poser? Yeah, I just don't like this kind of like it also goes into a sort of like who cares situation, I think. Or like I don't really so again, I don't care about how many fake gamer girls there are on the internet. Every single woman on the internet that pretends to like video games and doesn't actually play them, I don't really care. Like do you guys remember that one video? This chick, I don't even know if this chick was a real gamer, by the way, but this is an iconic. I want to be Winston. This is an iconic video that I am unearthing. This is an ancient tablet. And this woman got like made fun of pretty relentlessly. And I genuinely don't know if she's a real gamer or not. I don't know because I don't care. But allow me to unveil the ancient texts for you.
I'll be Tracer.
I'm already Tracer.
What about Widowmaker?
I'm already Widowmaker.
I'll be Bastion.
Nerf Bastion.
You're right, so Winston.
I wanna be Winston.
I guess I'll be Genji.
I'm already Genji.
Then I'll be McCree.
I already chose McCree.
I have an idea. What's your idea? You should be. I'm not gonna be rude. You should have picked me. Oh, it's such a catchy song, dude. Oh my god. Hit or miss era? I don't understand a single thing she said. Don't worry about it. Let's say this woman has never played Overwatch in her life. Okay, and? I don't. You can just think, okay, well, that person's not a real gamer, but like, I don't understand beyond that point of being like, real girls don't do this. It's like, what? Real gamer girls don't play like this, and they don't look like this, and they don't act like this. It's like, what? So? Wait, I'm sorry, what? How is this, what is this impact does this have? Even if you think that, like, what? That's how I feel on the Only Sith Steal in Absolutes. That's how I feel about this. It's like, well, just because her entire wardrobe is black and she wears chokers and she puts on her black lipstick and she does her white foundation and her hair is jet black, she's not a real goth girl. It's like, now what? I don't understand. I mean, you can have that opinion, but I just don't understand now what. One Trick Punisher going 0-12 in your comp game. You're not a real gamer. She's probably never even summoned a demon. Yeah. The blending at her neck, though, is really good, right? Why is this chatter still going? Get some self-respect. I go to college. For someone who claims to not care about haters, you spend an awful amount of time justifying yourself. What? I'm not goth. I'm defending goth girls. I'm not. What? What have I just? I would never claim to be goth. You sell your pussy. I do? Could you show me a picture? Since apparently it's everywhere on the internet, you should send me a picture of it. Since apparently you have it. Now, I know I've never uploaded it, but you must have something crazy since you have it and I've never uploaded it. Could you send it? Let me know when you find it. I mean, I just want to... You must have, like, some exclusive, like, battle pass for that shit, man. I don't understand. I don't get it. Did the chatter saying you sell your body every time you clock into work? Guys, this guy doesn't... He doesn't work. He just admitted he doesn't. I do show my worm on stream. I do show pussy on stream. That's true. Anything else? Also, dude, you're totally fucked if you go to college. I go to college. And you can't spell yours. You're like totally boned. You might be completely boned. Anything else? Business major. Okay, listen. Someone with an accounting degree. Just because you're right doesn't mean you should say it. To the chatter who said, I'm going to be 100% real. I'm hating because I'm jealous of this person. Don't be jealous, dude. There's so much to love. Be happy. Is he going to say anything? He didn't say anything else. It's so boring. All right. Listen, nothing wrong with money. Nothing wrong with pussy. Yeah, maybe. Maybe if you think women are prettier than men. Unlike Asmongold, all right? Who thinks men are more beautiful than women. Excuse you. All right. Let's close this stuff. I just wanted to talk about that because I think unfortunately chat clocked it correctly, which is that this woman has a similar sense of humor to me. And it makes me happy. When I see her videos and I watch them, they make me happy. It's like she's so pure of heart, you know? Also, I want to say something else, which is I think this is kind of low-key like a hard to swallow pill. All right? I think people don't know that there are a lot of quirk chunguses out there in the world. And they assume that everyone else, that there are no quirk chungai out there because they are not quirk chungai. I really hate to say it. I hate to say it. Like, low key, this is fucked up to say out loud. The Manic Pixie Dream Girl caricature, I used to hate it because I thought it was unrealistic. And then I met women who were actually like that in real life. And I was like, oh, they're just rare. She's real. She's just very rare. And also, most people, you wouldn't even like her. She would randomly book a trip and leave for like a month. She has too much whimsy and too much spontaneity. You wouldn't even like her. You like the idea of her. Being a zillennial makes me conflicted about quirk chungus people. My best friend is that exact type. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I didn't know that this person existed, and then I met this person many times over, and I was like, oh, she's real. She is real. Oh. I've known one. She was so chaotic to the point where I couldn't even have a conversation with her. Yeah. Anyways. I cannot handle dating her. I have tried. Yeah. Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I loved my Manic Pixie Dream Girl friend that I met when we worked together for 3 months, and then she left to travel to sell jewelry. That's just what their life is like. That's what their life is like, okay?